Hey, what's up everybody? Untitled Chapter back with a new video. So today I want to talk about credit repair courses and some of the things that you can understand when it comes to purchasing the courses that you have here on the internet, as well as the predictions about the course that I have set out for you, the Ultimate Personal Credit Mastery. So stay tuned. What's going on, guys? This is Untitled Chapter bringing you another new video. If you're new to this channel and you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing and turning the bell icon on, so every time there's videos like these, you'll be first to be notified. If you're interested in getting yourself ahead when it comes to your personal credit and financial matters and living a more prosperous and financially rewarding life, then this channel is the right place for you. So consider once again subscribing and making sure that the bell icon is on, so when new videos are released, you are in fact the first to know. So with that said, let's get on to today's topic. Let's talk about credit repair courses, right? So there's a lot of credit repair courses out there. There's a huge variety of them, and you basically now have to choose which is the right course for you. How much are you willing to spend, and what is the outcome that you're trying to attain? So those are the 3 points we're going to discuss, right? So let's first start off with the outcome that you're trying to attain, right? If your credit repair course is essentially designed to give you, for instance, a way to merge yourself into the mindset and the knowledge in order to attain that knowledge so that you can move ahead with your personal credit, then the goal perhaps is to get a house. The goal is perhaps to get some funding. The goal perhaps is to basically be able to leverage capital in order to, especially credit, to perhaps buy a business. And that's really on you, right? That decision is really on you. But when you're taking a credit repair course, that objective has to be clarified at the beginning. If you don't have that specific objective clarified, then it's becoming more and more difficult for individuals to determine exactly and more specifically what the goal and outcome of that credit repair course would be. So first, identify your goals. And sometimes what happens is the credit repair courses that are out there are designed to give you some information in reference to how to fix your personal credit in a systematic way, whether it be through giving you dispute templates, or perhaps they're just giving you the mindset that you need and a series of smaller templates just to highly customize them to your liking. Regardless of what systems are being used or what information is being given to you, you need to identify the best means for you. And this is why I say always understand what your outcome is going to be. Once you understand your outcome, the rest is going to be a lot simpler. So that's the first thing we're going to talk about. The second thing is we need to talk about pricing. See, a lot of people are talking to me about my credit repair courses and stating to me that, hey, the pricing is great, I just wish it was more affordable. And there are some individuals that say, hey, this pricing is way undervalued. I would even go as high as paying $2,000, $3,000 for the information. That level of difference in terms of price point and the mindset of individuals and how they look at a price point when it comes to a credit repair course is highly dependent on the information that they receive or perceive. The biggest thing you need to understand about credit repair courses and the information being taught out there, whether it's mine or other individuals, is you need to respect the outcome that you're going to obtain with it. Now, given if you're going behind a course, it's because you've done sufficient research on the individual that you respect, or perhaps have been following, or perhaps have been reading about and looking through the tutorials that person provides, whether it's myself or other people here on YouTube or other people on the web in general. You have sufficient confidence to understand, hey, this is the system of education that that individual provides. The course perhaps has more high level content. It's more elevated and it's more geared towards providing me a little bit more of what I need. And in that context, the cost of doing business shouldn't even be a factor, unless otherwise, of course, you're being charged thousands and thousands of dollars for it. The idea here is once you understand the price point, once you understand, hey, what is the outcome that I'm getting from it? And that's why we discussed point number one. Point number one was all about what is the goal and outcome that I'm going to get from the acquisition of this course, from purchasing this course. So once the first point is done, once you understand that, then going about determining the price that you're willing to pay shouldn't be as complicated. Let's look at it in another way. What if the price point that you're about to pay is a direct result of the outcome that you're willing to create? And what is the loss of not going through that process? So for example, if you were to weigh the pros and cons, the pros are, hey, I learned credit repair, I learned the system, and I'll be able to use this information to the best of my ability and knowledge to implement whatever I need to implement to get the good results of credit repair, to be able to get better credit, which is a given, and to be able to take myself financially to a whole new level. That's the pro. The con is, okay, I have to spend some money and I have to figure out, whether it's worth for me to try this process or should I try another process. Obviously, the confusion is always going to be there. So you have those two things that are basically working against you, right? So you have that context. The other way of looking at it is, okay, so what's it costing me of not doing credit repair at this point, right? And if the cost is to get into a property, let's say you wanted to buy property, which is real estate, and the only thing that's holding you back is a bunch of negative items. The cost of not doing it is a very big property, or it's a very big investment real estate, or it's a very big opportunity to earn income. And if you compare the cost of not doing it, which is a very significant amount, and it's not just this specific property, right? Because now it's like a build-up effort, it's a compound. Because as you start scaling your business and real estate investments or whatever type of other investments you want to do, you start making more and more. So it's a compound effect. So the cost really is perpetual growth, which is extremely, extremely important. And that is basically priceless. Compared to, okay, well, I'm gonna spend a couple of $100 or $1,000 or something to spend to be able to use this knowledge so that I don't have to worry about that cost of losing all this opportunity, right? So a lot of people misplace their judgments in terms of pricing on that relevance. So I want you to really rethink that. I want you to really think that process. I want you to really understand, hey, the cost is really not much compared to the cost of the sacrifice being made and the outcome that I can create from that, right? So if you contrast those two things together and compare them one-on-one, you see that the costs are basically, the negativity far outweighs the positivity. So if you just spend on that positivity and invest in yourself, you're getting a lot more. So that's the second point I'd like to discuss. And the third, I think the most important point here is, the hesitation can come from many different factors, and identify what those factors are. Ask yourself, hey, why am I hesitating? I'm comfortable with the price point. I'm comfortable about what I need to learn. I know my objective and what I'm looking to attain. What exactly is holding me back? And ask yourself these type of questions, because maybe you'll identify that I've been burned in the past, which happens, right? But you have to keep in mind, if you're considerate about your situation and you want to move forward financially and you want to create a proper financial outcome with your personal credit, whatever is holding you back can be holding you back from opportunity as well. If you burned bridges, or you got burnt in the past, or something happened that was really terrible, you have to keep in mind, but not moving forward and rethinking that is basically you're recreating that scenario for somebody whole brand new person that has done nothing wrong to you yet, right? And God willing, they won't. So if you respect that individual, you know for a fact that they're providing whatever they can to the best of their ability to provide knowledge to you. And I'm not talking about just myself here. I'm talking about all the people out there who are doing their best to provide the right education to you. If you're not moving forward with them and you're hesitant about those elements, then there's something that's pretty much causing that disruption. And like I said, the past generally plays a key role in those situations, and that could be very damaging for you. And the reason why it's damaging is because it's actually holding you back from moving forward. And these things are very critical because you need to move forward. If you want to fix your credit, you have to make that choice. You have to take the actions, right? Thinking and pondering on it is going to hurt you even more. So you absolutely need to move forward. You have to make the decision of moving forward, and you have to take the action right away. So those are the three things that I like to say when it comes to the credit repair courses, and the determination on what are the right things that you need to do and the right way of thinking about these elements. And once again, let's talk about that. Have a goal in mind. When you're starting to figure out what type of credit repair courses you want and want to purchase or invest in, what specific goals do you have? List them out and find out if that specific goals that you have set out for yourself is coinciding with the purchase that you're going to make or investment you're going to make in the credit repair course. Second, price point. We talked about sacrifices and the advantages of purchasing, right? We talked about the sacrifices is far greater than the little investment that you'll have to make. And the reason why, it's because compound is existent, right? So if you purchase a credit repair course and it's going to help you move forward, that little investment you're making is going to pay dividends for years to come. And you have to respect that, because if the knowledge is set out in a structured format that has some sort of formal commitment to it that you're going to grow with, it's going to help you move forward because you have to follow the structure, given that you have the discipline to do so. So that's the price point comparison. And then the third point we discuss is what's holding you back. What specifically is holding you back, and the questions you need to ask yourself, and how you can reframe that thought process to be able to move forward in a systematic way. And I think this is very critical because a lot of people hold themselves back because they feel, hey, I've been burnt, like I said, and I'm not willing to take another chance. But what's going to happen there is you're holding yourself back from the actions you need to take to move forward. So that just wanted to give you guys a brief about the things about when it comes to purchasing a credit repair course, some of the things you need to consider before buying it, okay? And of course, understanding your specific objectives first and foremost, because that's important, right? If you don't understand an objective and you just want to do it for the sake of knowledge, you're going to be sitting on it. And I'm sure a lot of us have been guilty of analysis paralysis, sitting on thousands or probably, hundreds of courses that we've gone through and not really taking the action needed to move us forward. So in order to avoid that, right, in order to avoid the congestion of the mindset and the extra space use and to avoid the analysis paralysis, determining the outcome, and and coinciding it with the investment you're going to make, and the speed of implementation, which is very critical as a bonus. I want to give you that. You have to learn to be implementing fast. If you don't implement the information you have, you're just delaying the inevitable, right? So don't forget about those points. So with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and just a brief of why I believe you need to understand these 3 things when it comes to purchasing a credit repair course. And with that said, if you guys are interested, I have my materials out there, the Ultimate Personal Credit Mastery 2.0, full information and reference to the eOscar system and what you need to know on how to tackle credit properly. This also includes a series of templates as a foundation to start with so that you can understand how to use those letters effectively in terms of compliance, as well as some of the most powerful tools and resources you can ever use when it comes to fixing your credit, building and stacking it, as well as building something successful out of it so that you can help along others individuals who are looking for fixing their credit as well, because you will have gained that knowledge and mastered it. So with that said, if you guys like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you're looking for the course, it should be up here or in the description. The link of this video should be in the description. And if you enjoyed what I said about what the system should be when it comes to thinking about purchasing a credit repair course, leave a comment below and let me know what you guys think about what I shared today. And once again, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing and turning that bell icon on so every time there's videos like these, you'll be first to be notified. With that said, this is your guide and mentor, Untitled Chapter. Hope you guys are staying safe and sound. Bye for now.